Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit of how I do an art tutorial. And how I paint. Hopefully, I stay on the painting. Because, yeah. Well, some of this has some green in it. Because I put a background on it. But... how I paint. Now I put the thing on here. And how I did it is, I'm sort of using this as a little bit of a guide. Turn on. Sort of using this picture as a little bit of a guide, but not really. But I put this picture on here. This actually went this way. So her marks here weren't on here. I had to flip it because I liked how she was standing in that picture. But I flipped it this way. The rest of this wasn't on here, so I had to finish drawing it. I'm holding a toothbrush. Yeah, toothbrush. I'm holding a, I'm gonna call it in my, mouth. And I'm doing a little bit of a younger version. And before I forget, I want to get the black in here. Before I forget. She had black in here. There we go. I remember how my dog goes. Oh, the old family dog. And I'm mixing a little bit of blue here. This is Mars Black and this is Phthalo Blue. And the reason why I'm doing that is it gives it a really cool, when you put the white to it, it gives it a cooler shading. And this over here, I'm just doing a regular black. The simple fact is that when I do the white, then it gives it just a regular gray effect. Even if I do get black over here, it's no big deal. I'm using a bigger brush. You can use whatever brush you want. This is just to get a basics of it. And then I'll go back in with maybe a different brush, a little bit more of a different detail. But I'm showing you how I do stuff. Now I'm not painted exactly how the picture itself that I got it. I'm painting it, how should I say, how to match the lighting that I got in this picture. How I want it to be and how I want the lighting to be. And her mouth comes down like this. Now, if I screw up, like there's too much I feel got on there, I can come back to my black at any time I want. Just go in here and, you know, put a little bit of black in there, you know, do like you do. And if, you know, you get too much black and you screw up, you can't screw up a painting. And when I say you can't screw up a painting, that means just wait till it just dries just a little bit. And go back over it and paint it. Because you can't screw it up. It's like, oh my god, if you bump it, like, oh my god, I screwed up a painting. Now, if, let's say, you're doing like white. and like a really light color and it's white and you get white on something, then yeah, you might get, you know, might screw up a little bit more. Now, I went and actually, because I used to have titanium white, and titanium white is a lot brighter, goes on a lot brighter. If you have a habit of things screwing up a lot more, like I'm putting like a lot of white on here, and I'm scratching it in. Like I'll go through and it's like, sort of like scratch and buff it in here. Because there's like a lot on her head. She actually has a white blaze. Now that makes her look old there, right? And if you look real close, she has a really skinny white blaze. It goes up on the top of her. That's not what I'm trying to get in up here. I'm trying to get this light base up here. Be nice if I actually showed you what I was doing. I'm watching what I'm doing versus the camera. Haha. I wish I had a tripod or a live thing. Now see, I have to paint down. A lot of people you see, they have an art canvas thing and they're painting up like this. And I can paint up like this. You know, I can do painting up like this to a certain extent. To a certain extent, I can paint up like this. But I can't paint as good up like this because I'm usually looking at something like this. And what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to get... There's a lot of artists that way. There's a lot of artists that have to paint downwards. But you see how that's phthalo blue coming through here? You see how it gives off this really blue shine? But do you see in the picture itself, do you see how... It's kind of hard on camera, but do you see how there's a blue shine to it? If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm trying to get up here, and I'll go through with a thinner brush, and I'll get light up here, like really light. I'll get like a light blaze up here. Just try and get the edge. A little bit of water there. There we go. And then I'll just scruff it, scruffy. Not too much towards the back of the head right now. Now I come back in, a little bit of black, a little blue. And I'm going to come back in and I'm going to rough it. I'm going to go right back over it. Because then what's going to happen is I'm going to get this neat shine through here. A little bit more of my white. I kind of covered it up. And you can't mess it up. She has this cool eyebrow through here. And see, I kind of messed the eyebrow up, so I'm just going to redraw the eyebrow. And that's not too hard to redraw in that eyebrow for me. I'm getting off topic. I'm watching what I'm doing and not the camera. Sorry, guys. Some nice, you know, art tutorial, huh? She's got this nice eyebrow here. And then I come in, a little white in here, come back in my palette. And all I'm doing is coming through and I'm making highlights. I'm doing the highlights right now. I could use my brush out right about now, but I don't feel like it. Like I said, you can't screw up a painting. Oh my god, you screwed up my painting. You can't screw up a painting. No. You can't. You can't screw up a painting. I mean, you can, like I said. You're going white. My battery might die on me. So, sorry if it does. If it does, I'll try to get my other battery out and pop it in for you so I can finish my little tutorial here. Actually, I wish it was live. So I wouldn't have to worry about battery power, except maybe the camera died. You know, the phone. There we go. So I can see my eyebrow there now. There might be a little bit of a shine because I have a light sitting here. Here's a light. I have all my art stuff all over the table. Mom's got her sewing stuff out. There you go. Now I got that eyebrow back where I wanted it. I said you can't mess up a painting. And I can just go under the eyebrow. Get it where I need it. I can go up top. I'm using a big brush here because it's a bigger dog, but it kind of gives me this, when I fan it out, it gives me a cool, you know, it's what kind of brush it is. You can read it. It's a Royal Langnicker. It says 6, but it gives me this this cool, where I can sort of like make like hairs. Yeah, I can do that with like what I call a fan brush too. But right now I'm getting this part before I start in on the ears, so that way if I have to rest my hand, I'm not. And just slowly come up here. And see how it can, I can fan this, get really light. I like how this is going. And the point is, we all have our own way. This is almost like a little bit of a dry brush right here. We all have our own way of painting. There's no right or wrong way. You paint how you feel. Maybe I feel scratchy today. So. There wouldn't be too much color and shading underneath there, but over here there would be. Let's see, a little bit too much blue in that side, so. And it's easy, come back over here, just blacken that up. I mean, I do like the blue, don't get me wrong, I like the blue fade. I'm not trying to be punk or rock, retro, you know. I just want a simple gray here. Just that little bit of shading. A little bit of stuff through here. Just a little to represent a cheekbone. And we'll come down through here and fade this out. Now we're making the puppy. Now we're making the puppy. Oh, it's a cute little puppy, huh? But yes, I do hold it up like this sometimes. Kind of hold it up and be like, oh, okay, is this how I like it going? I want it, you know. It's like, do I want it like that? Do I not? Do we want this to come down a little bit more? Do we want to fade it out? You know. I'll go in here. You know, it's like, how do we want this to go? You know, just different little things. Like, get a little bit more water here. I'm getting dry. A little bit of blue in there. Come down here. I want to make this just a tad darker. Ooh, I like that. See, sometimes I go to myself, ooh, I like this. So it's like, you know, I want this eyebrow thing up here in the middle. There you go. I just want that thin line. Like, not that she's too old, but I want the age to be not old, but not, you know, more like she's starting a prime of her life. Like she's not old yet, she's like getting there. Like she's sort of just starting to get there. If you know what I mean. Just like, yeah, she's just starting age. I mean, when she was like 3, maybe 4, she started to get some. Black dogs have that habit of doing though. They start sort of graying out sometimes at an earlier age. Could be genetics, just could be just black. Depends how much time you have them spend out in the sun. You get like a faded coat. So I think in here what I want is maybe more of a smoother edge. Like a highlight. Like that better. Sometimes I play with stuff like, do I want this? Do I like this better? There we go. I like that better. There we go. It's a lot more better. We'll come back and we'll highlight. Highlight. Sometimes I sing when I'm painting. I don't have music playing. And even if I do have music playing, sometimes I just like sing my own little tune. Like, it doesn't even match the music that's playing. I'm just off singing in my own little world. Own little songs. Husband, like, occasionally looks at me like, what the hell is your problem? John's like over there like, what are you singing? I've never heard that song. I said, neither have I. I'm just making it up as I go. It's fun. Do-do. Do-do-do-do. Hey, there's a little bunny rabbit. As I make shapes and then, you know, just color them in. Look like a bunny. Bunny. And then I'll go through and we'll make, what do you want to call it? We'll do a little shading here in a minute. Okay. Smooth that out. There we go. See, now it's starting to. Okay, sorry for that. I gotta plug my battery in. Second half of the tutorial. I'm drunk. Okay, now I'm starting to look like a poopy. Trying to take shape, take form. Woof woof. I was like, it's a black dog. How much more, you know, shape do you need? Okay, now can you see the difference? Now see, I'm just using, now do you see where I put the phthalo blue? You see the blue-gray compared to the regular black and white. See up here how it's, you got, let me get the shine off of it. Down here you can see how you got that blue-gray cast? Up here you got a blue-gray cast, and you've got the regular gray and white. And then you got the phthalo blue mixed in with the black, with the white on top of it. See how it gives it that bluish? So you got this, yeah, 2 different types of gray, but it makes it pop, it brings it out. Ugh. I got too much crap going on here. Too much in my life. I got pens and stuff like that all over. Okay, you shift gear. Watch out. I need to bring my... I gotta... Oh my god, I get itchy. I'm gonna clean my brush out here. I got 2 brushes to clean up. And I did have a paper towel, or I thought I did. There was one here. As it fell on the floor and a dog stole it. Which they have done before. Oh, there it is. Where did it go? I might brush it out every so often so that way it can... Ugh. Clean my brushes. This was my Father's Day present, but I've been getting lagged behind, I should say. Everything keeps like lagging behind, so I can't get stuff finished. I wonder if I could get this to where my camera sort of sits and tilts. Nope. Ugh, take a peek. Rest. Ugh. I'm trying to find the other pictures that I can show you. Where is it? Is it? Yeah, there it is. This one. See the mark on her face here? You can see my mouth. Her mark on her face here is not the same that's on here. That's why I had to use, because the mark on her face, you can see, is different on her pictures. She had a different mark on her face over here. See that little tiny strip going up her forehead? Yeah, I gotta get that in there. When she was a lot younger, here's a gorgeous picture. When she was a lot younger, you could actually see that strip going up further. You see how it's off right here? What's really cool about her strip, or her mark, is over here she didn't have much of a mark, but on the side of her nose, right here, side of it, it has a heart shape. I don't know if I can find a bigger picture. I think I can. Like right here, there's actually another mark here, which is what I got here. There's a tinier mark that's beside it. But on the side here where it's like boomed out like that, it kind of like goes elongated. There's a heart here. But there's a mark on her nose. That's a heart. And then she has marks here. Which is kind of weird because this dog like changed throughout the years when she got older. So it's, if you look at this picture and her marks, it sort of changes from do 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 boom bitty boom. And this is her a little bit older. If you see her marks here, they change but they don't. You see how it sort of breaks up here, but it don't. But it's weird because the marks aren't really broke up. It's just there's white and aging around those marks. So but when she was younger, now here's where she was actually older. See how those marks around her nose are faded. This is when she was really old. The marks are like kind of faded. It's not that they, you know, are, you know, she's older. It's disappearing. Which is really weird. So I'm doing one of her, like when she was about like sort of about like this young here, like in about 2010, when you could still see the blaze pretty good, and when her marks were still more prominent. As you can see, her marks are still prominent here, but she's starting to get some age to her. Between that and about a 2012 one, where you can see how she's starting to get some white, she's starting to age. But you can also see in 2010 she was about 3-4 years old. She starting to get a little bit white and gray on her. Not a problem, because the picture that I did use is actually about the same. It's an actual older picture. Oh my god, my arm's getting tired holding up. I wonder if I can find that picture on here. This is a 2011 picture. That's when it was taken, so. As you can see, she's starting to get some gray. She's starting to get some gray in here and everything. So I'm sort of using that, but I'm not putting, you can sort of see the white going in. I'm using this as an example, but I'm giving it a little bit of a pop of a little bit of brightness, a little bit of, you know. But I'm painting it, well, kind of doing good with not even looking. I'm sort of painting it not to match that so much, because the lighting, I'm painting it to match the lighting of the background of what I did. Now, if somebody wanted me to paint a picture exactly like that other dog in the picture, I paint the dog in the picture, and then I put a different background in it, and I paint the background to fit the lighting of the animal. But in this case, I'm painting the animal to fit the lighting sort of the background, in a sense. Basically, I'm doing it my way, and I don't give a crap who likes it or who don't. It's for me and my family to enjoy. Look, a glass of Pepsi. It's really not. It's I think I just got paint on my camera cord. Yes, I did. Thank God it's black. I can wash it off. shaking the camera because I'm washing off my camera cord. I got paint on it. Alright guys, back to painting now. Ugh. Who's ever messaging me can go away right now. I'm painting. So, back to painting. And sort of have it setting up a little bit. So you guys can see it too. I used a bigger brush earlier. This one to fill in and get my black down. I need the cheeks, I want the cheeks, rosy little cheeks. Coming over here, touch it on the ears. Oh my God, people, go away. I like using my computer to see some stuff because if I have a hard time seeing something in a photo, I can like brighten it so that way I can see shit. But then I get people who message me because they're like, oh, you're online. Just because I'm on doesn't mean I'm actually on. I could be busy. If you wonder what I was doing, I'm getting some color in here. And back through and apply some black, sort of blend it in. Blendy, blendy. Blendy, blendy. And a lot of times, I can't, when something is up, whether it's down or up, I can't see. Now, if it's down like this, I can see it better. If it's up on an art easel, like this, and I'm trying to do painting, I can see, but I can't. Even with light. I can see, but I can't. And I can't paint holding my arms up and hands up like that. So I can paint better down. But you paint however you want to paint. It's however you feel comfortable painting. If you feel more comfortable painting, and it's easier for you and more comfortable, and you feel more comfortable painting down, like I am, you paint that way. It's not a contest about who's painting right, who's not painting right. Paint however you feel comfortable. Stop listening to some critic like, you paint that way. You can paint whatever damn way you want. If somebody says, oh, you're not painting and putting the right colors in. You gotta paint this way. You gotta paint that way. You're painting it wrong. You know what? Paint however you want to freaking paint. If you feel that this is how you like it and it's coming out nice, how you like it, then cool. You know, paint however you want to paint. Do what you do. Paint how you paint. Don't let somebody come up and say, that's not how you're supposed to do it. I mean, if you're struggling and you're like, how do you do this? How do you do that? I can't get this to go right. And you have a question about something, then yes. Asking for help on how to paint this or tips and tricks, that's fine. But if you feel that this is how you like it, this is good for you, fine. I find painting to me is relaxing. I like doing it because I find it just helps me relax. And I like painting not only my animals, things I like trying different things. I like painting other people's animals because some other people's animals I know. And it's kind of like cool. I enjoyed painting, your cat, your dog, because it brings me closer to that person's animal. And so sometimes it's also a challenge because it depends on their fur color or whatever. It's kind of like, it's a challenge. Helps me learn. How do I paint this? How do I paint that? That's pretty cool. We all learn. We all experience things differently. It's all cool. It's all cool. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm trying to get this head back here, right? And this is what I like about, I have to turn stuff from time to time. This is what I want, is my own, I want an art easel where I can have it set up, but I can put it down when I need it. But I want an art easel that I can turn, that it turns with me, because I have to turn my artwork. I know some artists are like, well, I don't have to turn my artwork, I can do it just fine. Goody for you! I have to turn my shit. It's like, oh goody, goody for you, that's nice, you don't have to turn anything. Well, guess what? I do. I have to turn stuff. I'm not as talented as you. I can't just eyeball it and be like, oh, well, that's cool, that's how it goes. Come up here and I'm just gonna highlight this. I'm gonna scuffy this on. I'm just gonna run across top. Run across top. There we go. And since this is the back of the head right here, I'm gonna go grab just some black. And come up along the back of this head and scruff it in. Because, I mean, she's got some shading back here, but not as much. There we go. Let's see, I can come back, put a little bit of shading in here. Just a little. No, I may change this. Who knows? And if the camera battery dies, no big deal. I'm probably going to turn this off after a while. I just want you to see how it was doing that. Now I can come in here. I'm getting a doggy, getting a doggy, getting a doggy colored in. I'm getting a doggy, getting a doggy, getting a poor doggy colored in. See, I'm sort of liking it, but I'm not. I'm just playing with some stuff here. Her jawline. She has this jaw that did that. And then it did this. It was like kind of like a horse jaw. It was like square. And then it rounded. It literally, her jaw, because I can fix this. Her jaw went like that. And then did it rounded down here. She had her ears came in like this. She had this round part here. This was partly black, but there was the reason why I'm not doing anything here is because the hair came in here. And then down here was her drawers. And then she had like fat skinny flaps down here. And I'm going to be shading some more of this in. Like I said, I wanted to get this in here. I do want to put just a little bit more of a highlight up here. She had like an eyebrow thing up here, and then it was really cool. I got a little bit too much white up there, but it's okay. There we go. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. See, I want it to cake the white and go like that. Down. Get like a highlight up there. And come in with my black and just, you know, come in with my black, kind of like, you know, scratch it in here. Scratch it in there. There we go. So that way it looks more like a doggy fur. Yeah, now I like that a little bit better. Make that just a tad bit better. And then I can just, there we go. There. Over here. And shading over here a little bit more later. And I gotta get this over here. Which ain't too bad. Yeah, now we're getting it. Like I said, you can't screw up a painting. You just can't do it. People either are gonna like it, they're not. 9 times out of 10, my family likes what I make them. Now, if a customer isn't happy and they don't like what you make them, then, you know, that's a big problem. I mean, here's the thing. People are either going to like what you make them, or they're not. And if people don't like what you make them, then you have to, that's what you have to deal with. And you have to, you know. But I have had some people be like, well, that's not what I ordered, and that's not what I wanted you to make me. And it's like, you sent me a sketch, more or less telling me this is what I want. Now you're changing your mind. What the hey? You know what I mean? I've had people like that. They send me a photo and be like, I just want this on a black background. And it's like, they want this, like, they want a black dog on a black background. I'm like, okay. How do you expect me to do that? It's like they don't want something like this around. They just want a black dog on a black background. Okay, well, we'll see what I can manage to do. And then they get pissed when I send it back, a black dog shaded in, on a black background. That's not what I wanted. I wanted stuff around it. And I'm like, you sent me an example of how you wanted it. I sent you an example back, and you could barely see the dog, but that's still what you wanted. I gave you what you wanted, I paint you what you wanted. I'm not changing it. And if I did, you're going to be paying me more. But, you know, I heard someone tell me, one of my customers is really funny. The mom goes, well, you got what you paid for. She goes, that's what you put down on the paper that you wanted. She goes, that's not what I wanted. She goes, it was funny. Her mom was like, well, that's what you texted me you wanted. It looks like exactly what you wanted. And what the girl was trying to do is, even though she paid me, it was like 40 bucks, is she was trying to get me to give her back the 40 bucks so she could have a free painting. And her mom's like, no, that's what you sent her. That's what you wanted. That's what you paid for. She's not giving you back the money. So, it was funny. It was a funny day that day. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Do 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 do. Now what I might do is, oh, my fingers hurt from holding that camera. Can't lift up, can't lift down, can't lift up, all around. Is squirty out. And come in here, get a little bit of brown. Just a little bit of brown in here to come into the jowl. You take a little bit of this over, put it into the brown. I'm not trying to get anything like a dirty color, but trying to get it so it looks like a jowl. Because they're jowls, sort of. Right now I'm spotty coloring. And she should have had a little bit of brown around her jaw. You know, starting to age it a little bit. It's a dog thing, right? I guess they have brown around their lips. I'm going to be putting white in here. And what I'll do is I'll get, where's my brush out because I had brown in it, and I'll get a smaller brush and I'll go around detail. Okay, my video cut on me earlier. I had some other things to do, but I finished painting somewhat on this, but I got the ears done. Sorry I didn't show you how I did the ears. And I did this. Now I'm working on this. Which is a little bit harder. It is, but it ain't.
It reaches up to 27 feet high. Use it to quickly power wash patio furniture. Get rid of stains.
Right now I'm just trying to get the right shading.
or go online to order the complete
I felt something wet.
for the factory.
This is dry, so I can put my hand on it.
But wait, order right now and we'll double your cleaning crystals. Just pay a separate fee. That's enough to make up to 14.
You see, I'm just lightly putting some shading on here.
Crystals are made in the USA. And remember, it's from the Fuller Brush Company, so your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed. Call or go online to buyfullexterior.com. That's buyfullexterior.com.
And this right here underneath the lip
Order now.
has got...
Stress Balls gummies have ashwagandha.
She had a little bit of a hairy lip.
Stress reliever
Right in
that helps
here.
you turn the stress life into your best life. Stress less and live more with Stress Balls.
Life has changed. If you need the flexibility of rent-to-own,
I'm just gonna make it sort of hairy
shop at Aaron's.com, where
through
we're
here.
always open. Or discover your lease.
Not much.
Then shop at
I'm just going in through here.
already approved. Aaron's, we make it easy.
Got bugs in your house? Get Zevo. Zevo is the bioselective insecticide. Deadly for bugs, safe to use around people in pets. And just watch how Zevo works without harsh chemicals. Get Zevo at Target and Home Depot stores.
And we have... Doggies have this spotting through here. Like she did. They're whisker spots.
You won't stop me. All you're gonna do about it. Right here at Shiloh, you're all invited. The Virginia, weeknights at 9 p.m. Eastern on INS.
She sort of had it on this side. And we're just sort of gonna make it just sort of like that on this side.
I see them fight all day, dawn in the dark. Sometimes the young one wins, sometimes the old. Young one's got more muscle. Old one's got more experience.
Oh, I know my arm's in the way. I'm watching the John Wayne movie.
That's the old one still.
I forget the name of the movie, but it's where he has to go on a cattle drive and all his hired hands quit. And he has to, and a bunch of kids, have to,
Watch out for those horns. You got him. I'll hold him
a bunch of kids, get in the mix.
Keep his head back.
It's called The Cowboys. The 1972 John Wayne movie.
All right, take him out.
But all his hired hands quit, and he needs to
You need some help?
take cattle in.
No, they're doing all right.
But the only problem with that is all these kids are like in school, and except for the one, but they're like anywhere between like 12 and
What can I do for you?
16. I think one's older. But
My name's Asa Watts. All right.
out in the cattle drive, he gets killed
They both tried with
by rustlers, and
her. I'm telling you, she was going on a drive. Hands.
You sure are right.
Well, sir, we're the very best.
and then he takes the kids' guns from them to start with. There was a fight beforehand. Well,
On the Ruby River these last
the kids get the guns back from the cook, and
these last 22
they go get the
days,
cows
all
back,
we
take them
got
into town
was
for them.
$2 worth of dust and nothing more. Ain't that pitiful? Now we're ready to get back to what we know, and that's cows.
What outfits have you worked with?
Well, sir, we
But-
work for every big outfit in North Montana, you name them.
No, you name them.
But now you see what I'm doing. I'm just slightly going over the.
Thompson over there at McNeil.
I want the black to sort of stand out a little bit on her whiskeys,
How long were you
but
with
not too much,
Well, sir, last 8 years.
because I got some
What a lovely old gentleman he is. I'll tell you, if we weren't
shading over it.
you ever saw, we'd be there with
And I moved her lip down so I
Where
can
you'd be in a pine box.
fill this in here.
I was pallbearer at his funeral 5 years ago.
So,
Mr. Anderson, I'm sorry. I lied to you. I got all them names right out of the Stockmen's Association brand book. You see, we're fresh out of jail, the three of us. And I don't know, you just tell that to people and they just turn a deaf ear on you.
Well, I'm afraid I can't use you.
How do you mean you can't use us?
I won't use you.
You mean that you're going to be like everybody else and you're not going to give us a chance to redeem ourselves?
I don't hold jail against you. I hate a liar.
So, just painting. I'll have this done here after bed.
Sir, before you get back to your work, I'd just like to ask you one more little question. What are you going to use for hands on this drive of yours, huh? Them little bitty boys down there? Come on, you know better than that, Mr. Anderson. You know what you're going to need? Trundle them boys across the prairie, don't you? A baby carriage.
Well, whatever I
There
need,
we
I'll
go.
I bet you will.
There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. All right.
Good luck to you, Mr. Anderson.
I forget what actor says that. It goes, all right. All right. All right. He's a funny actor. I like him. I got the shading there I want. If I need a little bit more of the black, I just come in. Now I can go back and... which I have no clue where it went now. I lost my other brush. I have that habit. I have a habit of setting them down and losing them. I lose brushes. They fall on the floor and then my dog winds up carrying it around like, can you take this? Tired of holding it. She's trying to pick up stuff. Oh, there it is. Hiding. She won't necessarily chew on them. She just like walk around like, hey, can you take this? Like, hello, mother. So now what I can do is come through.
Where's your saddle, man? You've been living wild all winter. We'll finish breaking them on the drive. We'll pick our strings by age. Who's the oldest?
I am.
Get yourself a rope.
And I want a little bit of this gray here to define. Her whiskies, or, you know, where her whiskers are sitting, you know. And I will put whiskers on her because you can actually really tell her whiskers pretty good. Most people don't like paint whiskers on a dog. Some people do, some don't. It's all how you want it to go. It's all how you want it. My paint thing is moving. And I'm bending my painting down here a little because it doesn't exactly fit on the table, but I'll bend it back out here in a minute. It's like...
Everyday work, exercise, and stress leaves your body in a painful, aching mess.
I want this to be a little bit brighter, more so than this down here, because this sort of underneath here is starting to shade. So it's not like it needs to be. I hope you can hear me under the
combined with massaging therapy, all stitched in a soft, luxurious fabric.
And sometimes when, because the light is actually, I can, I'm ambidextric. I can switch hands here. And I can actually paint with both hands.
Helps relieve hand pain and soothe menstrual cramps.
Calming heat helps.
My steadier hand when I'm doing fine detail work is my right hand. But when I just need to shade in something like this,
and with the pressure, it'll help the heat get into your muscles quicker for faster relief.
It's a lot bigger. It was able to cover my whole lower back.
I can do it with both hands.
One-touch control, a convenient 9-foot cord, and automatic shut-off.
People don't know that.
Regular heating pads are blown away.
Now I can do fine detail work with both hands if I really concentrate. I mean, it's not like
As a bonus, you'll get the Stay Clean and Store Bag absolutely free. And Calming Heat comes with a free 1-year warranty.
I gotta come over here, but my hand is actually in the light. Oh, sorry. I gotta come over here, and my hand is actually in the light. I gotta go in between here.
If you are a loved
just a
one
little.
with mesothelioma or been diagnosed with another asbestos-related cancer, call now. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay claims to
a lot of people, like I said, do not know this about me, but I can paint and do things with both hands.
Thousands of hardworking men and women have been
I can write with both hands too.
Because manufacturers put profits ahead of safety. Manufacturers knew the risks of asbestos exposure for years, but knowingly manufactured and sold deadly asbestos-containing materials, putting millions of American workers at risk. These manufacturers have tried to avoid compensating their
I'm sorry if I'm not doing this exactly on camera. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing.
$30 billion in trust money for the victims of asbestos. Call now to see if you are entitled to a portion of the $30 billion. You could receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or going to court.
You know, I wasn't thinking my husband's got the phone. I could go live.
Now for a free legal consultation. Again, that's 1-800-416-6100. Hi, Phil Swift here.
Trying to hold the phone. It's different. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey guys. Hello everybody. Anyway, isn't this pretty? Isn't this turning out nice? I have other videos of me actually painting it before. But John wasn't home and I needed a live because my camera kept cutting out. But I figured I'd jump on live and paint with y'all. How's that sound? So I'm painting with y'all. This is my actually Father's Day present. I'll be done with it here shortly. Hopefully, I'm hoping I'll be done with it here shortly. But I figured I'd jump on here really quickly and paint with y'all and show you how I paint. How I paint. How I paint. How I paint. Paint. Anyway, I'm watching a John Wayne movie. It's the one where he takes on a bunch of kids on a cattle drive. It's called The Cowboys. I've seen this a million times. But, you know, it's just for something in the background. But I like John Wayne. John Wayne's the man. So is James Arness. I'm trying to get little hairs because she had, you know, her white kind of ran out into the black. Kind of mixed with it. I'm trying to get it here to sort of mix in because we had it kind of muffled here. There we go. Now it's getting muffled. I'm kind of making her not in her old dog style. That's why there's not a lot of gray in here. Kind of in between, when she was not too young, not puppy young, but not too old. And I still got to put that really tiny strip in here. The older she got, the more her strip kind of disappeared. But, because that was the outline of it that I got on here. But I couldn't get the rest of this that was on my picture. And her ears weren't this full in the picture that I had. They were more... we had them short. We had them cut down to here. But I have pictures of her ears even longer. And that's what I wanted. I wanted her long ears. Now, I made this circle. It's like a cosmic circle. And my dad's a big comic book buff. So am I. He's into comics and stuff. And I kind of wanted to do something like that. But I wanted her to be coming off and out of. That's why I drew this out of. If you see her, she's coming out of it. You know, and I'm going to put back here, I might put a few birds and stuff. But this is faded into the background. But the background is kind of coming out too. As you notice, the sky a little bit here and the blue and the clouds, they're kind of coming out of this cosmic thing. Like, the picture is coming out of this, like, cosmic swirl, so, you know. But I'm not painting the dog to match the picture that I found. I'm painting it to match the lighting of the background here.
And he batted down the door of the trunk of an oak tree and killed everybody.
Do-do-do.
Just so they could rest the night.
Got to make a little bit here. Like I said, she had, it was kind of blended into her fur here. It was kind of like the white going into the black. Kind of look it out here.
True? It isn't. It ought to be. Blood those lamps. Yo! And that.
And then it's still a little bit gray down here. And that gray. Like I said, I'm reworking things. You can't mess up a painting. It's like, oh my god, you messed up my painting. No, you can't. Just wait for it to dry a little bit and go over it. It's called blendy. Blendy, 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 blendy. Sorry if my hand keeps going away.
Big news. You can now brush and floss at the same time. Introducing Waterpik Sonic Fusion. Clinically proven twice as effective as regular brushing and flossing. Go online or ask your dental professional about Waterpik Sonic Fusion.
In these challenging days, it's important to stay covered when you're outdoors, and not just from the sun. Stay cool and stay covered.
But what's really kind of fun,
helping you stay safe
not too many people know,
so you can do more. Mission's
is,
a multifunctional face and neck cover that helps
hey Gary, how you doing? Like my Father's Day present I'm making for my dad. Figured I'd paint with y'all. Go live. I have a couple videos before on my camera, but my camera kept shutting off on me. Like, it wasn't dying, it's just, it was like only filming for so long and shutting off. And it's like, dang it. So, now that John's home, I figured I'd just do a live video. It's a lot easier. But what's kind of fun is some people don't know, I'm right-handed. But I'm ambidextrous, which means I can paint with my other hand too. Maybe I could, if I can hold the phone so you can actually see, I can paint with my other hand. Now, I'm more steady with my right hand than I am my left hand. So I do a lot of things with my right hand. If I want like really fine detail work, I have to really concentrate if I use my left hand. Like I sort of am now. Because I'm not as steady. But sometimes my hand and my arm is in the way. But if I'm just doing stuff like this, like blending, and trying to put some white in areas that need it, like this, that's a little bit too gray still. Come on, white. There we go. I can use my left hand. There we go. Now we got a little bit more better white. There we go. That looks a little bit more better. Oh, that was supposed to be black. There's a spot there, but I have my rough draft to swallow. Yeah, I cheat, see? I wanted to make sure I got the perfect size on there, so. Get a little bit. Be nice if I can show you what I'm painting. I'm concentrating more on what I'm painting than what I'm showing y'all. If I had a tripod, it'd be nice, right? If I had somebody to hold it, but John kind of like passed out on the couch asleep. Mom's making dinner. It's not chicken, so I'm not a winner. It's fish. Yummy. Which, you know, it's like, I don't mind fish, but the fish are spawning. And when the fish spawn, it smells like really fishy. And it's like, you know, that's the last thing I want it to like eat tonight. Is fish after smelling fish. Yuck. But, you know, it's all good. Hello. Concentrate on I gotta try to concentrate on two things. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that I can do two things. Well, I obviously can't do two things. I can't show you the video and paint. But I can paint with my right hand. I can also write with my toes, but right now I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come down here and just do a little bit of white touch-up on here. There we go. But like I said, when, see how there's a shadow here? My hand is in the shadow. I could move the light over. I could move the light up, too. See? I could move the light up. I'm just lazy. Because I have a habit of, I try to leave the light where it's at. Hi, Chris. But I have a habit of leaving it where it's at. For the simple fact is, I turn my painting when I'm painting. Now I'm going back in and I'm putting the side stuff on. Yes, I want my food out there if that's what you're coming in to ask me.
60 days.
I'm just doing a live art video. Show people what I'm doing. What I'm making.
Well, if you run into any trouble, call Ants.
I'll think about you before we go to bed at night.
You're doing, you won't sleep.
Because there's like no room for me to have food out here. Or in here. Said her white kind of came onto her black kind of mixed in, so that's just all I'm doing. It's just sort of doing that here, making it a little bit more pronounced. I even got small detail eyelashes. Isn't that cool? She didn't have it too much out here. It was more down here. And gotta put the black back in. Now we're going through and there we go. Making it a little more cool, you know, kind of making it look like, you know, fur. Making it look furry. Furry, furry. Furry. Furry and cool. Yeah. Oh, good lord. Now see, I have to paint. Some people ask me why I paint down like this. I don't have an art easel that sits up. But even when I do have an art easel that sits up, I can't always have and put my hand like this. And have my hands raised up. Because that hurts my shoulder and my back a lot. On some things, I'll take something and I'll prop it up. And I will occasionally set my painting up, look at it, and level it up and do stuff. But with my back and my arms and painting and doing this motion and stuff a lot, even if I'm sitting, that it hurts my arms and my back. I mean, I can sit here straight up and look down, not a problem with my back. But holding my arms up, it hurts my shoulders and my back too much doing it that way. But people paint how they feel comfortable, so you paint how you feel comfortable. But I will occasionally pick my artwork up and look at it. You know, and stuff like that and set it up. But I also have a habit of I have to turn my artwork. Now if you watch, one of my favorite ones to watch is the Art Sherpa. Instead of her turning her body, sometimes she just turns her body if it's a little bit, but she'll actually turn her artwork or her canvas. And I've seen a couple other artists, just can't think of them right now, who have like a wheel that they actually turn their art on. They like lock their art piece in place and they turn the wheel. Now this is like canvas paper that I work on, and I find it easier to send these canvas pieces of paper in the mail, and a little bit more cheaper to send the canvas paper in the mail than it is like the big thicker pieces of canvas. Even though I do love painting on the big thicker pieces of canvas, and if somebody wants something on a big thick piece of canvas, that's fine. I'll go get a big thick piece of canvas. But these sheets of paper, it was like 30 bucks for the piece of paper. For the whole sheet, and there's 30 sheets in there. So it's like a dollar, I think $1.25, $1.50. Because it was like 30 some bucks. It was like 30 some dollars plus tax. So you gotta think, it's like $1 something for each sheet of paper. But by the time I put the paint onto it, and my time into it, depending how long it takes, depending what you want, the art piece then becomes like a $40, $50 piece of artwork. Especially for something this big. Then you gotta do the shipping. Now there's not that, it doesn't cost that much to ship something, because you can get envelopes, like the boxes. It's like one low rate ships it out, and then I can ship it out. On the smaller pieces of canvas that I use, I can just go to Walmart and get those little envelopes and ship them out, and it costs me like $1 or $2. The most I've sent one out is like $3. No big deal. So then, whatever the painting is plus the shipping, I add that on. You know, I had that included in the pricing. But something like this is going to cost a little bit more. So I've got this one. I've got another one to do, which are gifts for family. So yay, they get that one for free. And then I got another custom art piece that I'm doing for a friend of mine and her puppers, which it's not as big as this. The other one that I'm doing is as big as this. That they want it done. But it don't have to be done on time. It don't have to be done anytime soon. And the other one's being done for a friend, so. Alright. Back to the black. And I'm just, it looks like I'm just scratching this in. And the reason why I'm scratching it in, and they call it scratch. Or I call it scratch. I don't care if it's the proper art term or not. I'm just saying scratch. Because I want to, because I can. Is it looks like, then it makes it look like fur. Scratchy, 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 scratch it in. Scratch it in, scratch it in. Now see how I already went before and I did some shading? Now I can go back through and I can scratch it a little bit so it still looks good. Perfect. Oh, forgot down here. We need to scratch this down here. Scratch, 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 scratch. We're good. Done. Alright. If you're wondering what this is her jowl. Her jaw was jowl. Jowl. I'm gonna put some shading in it some more.
Or check out apply.aaron's.com to discover your leasing power. Then you'll have the confidence of knowing you're already approved before you head to the store to shop. There's no credit needed and no long-term commitment. And we offer flexible payments and free home delivery. Aaron's makes it easy to get what you need when you need it.
Just scratchy, 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 scratchy. Her jowls were a little, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry if, like I said, I'm off here a little bit. And underneath her jowls they were like a brown, like, just stained from slobber, you know, dog food. So, And I can come through and I can put this little tiny, like, what do you want to call it? Highlight here. So I can have a little highlight. There we go. Break it up.
You're sleeping.
Sorry, Mr. Anderson.
I pay a full day's wages. Take a full day's work.
So how's everybody out there doing tonight? If you wanted to know, this is Padme, our old English bringer. She was 14 when she passed away. She was Hans's girlfriend. I can't wait to actually show this to Hans. You know, see what he thinks of it. I think he's gonna like it. He's gonna be like, "It's Padme, it's my old girlfriend. It's my old girlfriend." Her white kind of came down a little bit on her jaws. I know how my papa looked. There we go, that's good. It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. I make weird noises. I make weird voices. Especially when I'm painting. I mean, there's no other way. You know, TV's going, everything.
I never noticed before. But most of the people I know are quiet compared to Mr. Anderson.
He's quiet. It just comes out loud.
So, now I'm just filling in the white. Trying to get it really white. If I go over something, like get it off in the black, no big deal. No, you gotta like really concentrate. Because it's fine detail work now. Because I'm filling in.
I guess she's been following all day. I know. Who is he?
I mean, I got a little bit of white over on this, but I can touch it up with the black. It's no big deal.
Nightlinger, you take care of the kitchen. I'll take care of
That's
the
because I think my brush is messed up a little bit. No big deal.
You know, in the late war between the states, I served under an officer just like you.
Is that right?
As a matter of fact, I shot that military gentleman in the buttocks. Just outside Vicksburg.
I'm blocking at the movie.
They gave me a medal.
Alright, that's supposed to be brown.
In my regiment, Mr. Nightlinger, I was known as Old Iron Pants. You might keep that in mind.
I'm not really wanting and concerning about making this, you know, completely white. I just want to get rid of the... So when I go around in blue, it's, you know... Hey, Jamie! Jamie D. Conant, wonder if you could do me a painting of my old dog, Buddy. Well, gee, Jamie, what do you think? That's a dumb question. Can I do you a painting? What do you think? What do you think, Jamie? What am I doing right now? Yes, I can do a painting. You goof nut. Oh. You could do a little painting of all your past puppers. I gotta get over and see your new puppers eventually. And you gotta post more pictures of her on freaking Facebook. I got my friend Jamie hooked on Australian Shepherds. It was either Australian Shepherds or Border Collies. Because Kylo's Border Collie and Australian Shepherd, but she's also McNabb, so it was one or the other. I was like, take your pick. They're both awesome dogs. Okay, dokie. Going to the black a bit. So I can fix this little corner of the eye. This little tiny corner. Little tiny corner. Little tiny corner. Look at it. Look at that. Fixing that little corner. There we go. Fix it over here. Fix his eyelash over here because it kind of like came out. There we go. And this eyeball kind of like... It's not supposed to be down this far, so... There we go. Now, Padme's eyes were dark brown. So... Boopity boo! I gotta find my brown. Oh. I have paint stuck all over this place. I have brushing laying all over. I color coordinated like all my art the other day. No, my art, yeah, all my paint the other day. Cause I'm like OCD when it comes to like paint, so I like put all my oranges with my orange and all my pinks with my pinks and my blues with my blues. My blues and my greens and my turquoises gave me problems for the simple fact is, you know, like some of my blues and my turquoises, my blue and my turquoise, they kind of look the same. So it was like, and my greens, I kind of like put them all together because some of my greens could like, you know, match like, where are they? Like here's a green. It could kind of like, you know, if you keep going down a line, it could like blend in with a turquoise. Like here's a blue. And this is a blue, and then it goes, but this is like a blue. It's like a turquoisey blue. So then, of course, then comes the turquoise, and then goes the green. See, I'm kind of OCD like that. And then over here is my big bottles of color. With my tubes of color, I got tubes. And then underneath my pencils are my glitter. And I only found 4 tubes of glow-in-the-dark paint. So I'm going to be coming out with some, what they call glow-in-the-dark art. But I did find, it's a small bottle. But the small bottle, you can mix in with other colored paint, and it's supposed to make it glow in the dark. And I do know some bright colors, and I do know which colors to use. But I have to get a black light. Because underneath a black light, these colors glow. But here's the thing. I want to do some paint that glows underneath a black light. So it shines a black light on it, it's cool. So like if I do a tiger, I can paint, you know, colors onto it. Then underneath a black light it glows. But I also want to do, you know, something where the tiger's stripes glow in the dark, you know, when you turn the lights off. So, you know, I gotta kind of play around with that, and I might have to either order more paints off the line or something. You know what I mean, Vern? Okay, I want to get this eye done, for the simple fact is, and that way I can come back over here. It's like, should I do this or should I do this? Let me do the black. Let me do the black so I can go do the eye. Hello. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing.
Brilinta may cause bruising or bleeding more easily, or serious, sometimes fatal bleeding. Don't take Brilinta if you have bleeding, like stomach ulcers, a history of bleeding in the brain, or severe liver problems. Slow heart rhythm has been reported. Tell your doctor about bleeding, new or unexpected shortness of breath, any planned surgery, and all medicines you take.
If you recently had a heart attack, ask your doctor if Brilinta is right for you. My heart is worth Brilinta. If you can't afford your medication,
alright, I'll be in a minute. I'm almost done with this ball. I'll be in a minute when I'm done. Okay, now she had black underneath here.
Now without a prescription everywhere. As our local communities open back up for business, we'll be here
helping neighbors move forward. So whether you stop by a Napa Auto Parts
And I'm not
store
trying to
or
be...
Auto Care Center,
It
you can
was...
count on locally owned Napa.
These are extraordinary.
No, it was sort of heart-shaped.
Extraordinary people in the healthcare.
I'm just getting the outline of it. Because it was furry around there. So I gotta go back through here in a minute and add the fur.
Cosmetics accessible and affordable. If you have any questions at all, call us, email us, visit us online. We are here to help support you when you need us. Take care and be well.
See how I'm doing that fur?
844 Cosmetics or visit Cosmetics.com.
Book 2 separate qualifying stays and earn a free night.
Do 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 do. Jamie's like calling me, like, oh my god, Bobby's just being nuts. She knows that I'm painting and doing stuff and make weird noises, sing along. Or there'll be like a song that comes on and it's like, I'm not even singing that song, I'm singing a randomly different song. And John has asked me many times, like, what song is that you're singing? It's like, I've never heard that. It's like a song I'm randomly made up. This looked like a half a heart, and then the other half of the heart. It was kind of weird. It was like the other half of the heart came off of her nose and then like went around here.
It's got a round head and it's got power.
Go pro with Oral-B. Power one arm for Oral-B's best clean ever. Inspired by
and she had a little bit around her nose. She had it around her nose. She had it on the other side, other side, other side, other side. There we go. And she had spots over here. And we're going to make messy spots. Messy spots. Why? Because they were messy. She was like a weirdo, because most English Springers have like really small like spotting and ticking like all over their body. And she didn't. She had like, she was weird. It's like she had just defined big spots here and then like these spots here, like this one, almost like a cow pattern spot, and it was like really weird. Now I gotta go through here and make this furry. She had a furry underlip. I can't make it non-furry. She had a furry underlip. No, you gotta get the fur in there. Furry, 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 furry. And then this was a little bit more defined. I mean, it wasn't. It didn't stick out too much. It did, but I can still see my design underneath there a little bit. And I'm going to put a little shading in the black, but not much. Because in a couple of the pictures that I looked at, there's not a lot of shading in the black. You would think there would be.
There's nothing to it. It's just like arithmetic. All you got to do is just count the lines and the spaces, and that tells you where the notes go. It ain't hard.
I know I'm painting with a... But it's such small work here in a few minutes. I'm going to be...
It's kind of pretty.
That's that old Tennessee sour mash. Put a little in there.
Now I can come over to the white. Yay! Like I said, not a lot of shading in the black.
My oldest boy. Be close to 40 now. Middle-aged. He'd have lived. He lost a son. 2 of them went bad on me. Or I went bad on them. I don't know. I can't figure it out. You got another chance?
But anyway, the reason why I put I had phthalo blue. I think I'm saying that right. It's really dark blue. is if you look here, see how there's blue? When I mix the black and the blue, it still looks black. But then when you go with white, it gives it this cool blue sheen. And you can see that in the eyebrows. But then when you just do regular black and white, then you get like your regular gray. But when you mix the phthalo blue, you get a cool blue gray. Like an awesome blue gray here. Like I said, I'm not doing much in the spotting because there wasn't much to her spotting, and even some of the pictures that I seen, I might need to go over that in a little bit of black down here that I see.
So I went down to Benville with my cousin L.D. Grimes, and there was a show going on. When the feller wasn't looking, we snuck in under the tent, and there was this gal up on the stage.
I saw my first one in Benville, too, 50 years ago. Probably the same girl.
Okay, can you see? Hopefully y'all can see.
If he ain't almost human today.
He's been sleeping better. He's been at the bottom.
You mean there's bug juice in this can?
Yes, I seen him and Mr. Nightlinger swallow it down last night. He keeps it in his drawer in the chuck wagon. Which drawer?
Let's see, I want a little bit more of this blue in here. So I like how it looks. I got blue on top of my... I didn't want that.
Canyon's a sin. Come on, just take come on.
I want it to be a little bit darker up here. Now I can really put it in here. Gotta get under this nose here.
Innocence is wasted on me. I don't believe in it. What are you up?
There we go.
Nothing, Mr. Nightlinger. Nothing at all.
Was always guilty of something nasty.
There we go.
What could it be this time, I wonder?
Nothing. I swear. Just standing here talking.
If you're lying, remember one thing. I could swallow each of you whole without choking. All I need to do is butter your heads and pin your ears back.
Well, isn't he just nice? Painting can be exhausting, but not. If I had music or something playing, maybe it'd be more exciting, but sorry, I don't.
Your prescription comes to $72 and...
That's larceny.
I know.
This is outrageous. Something must be done to control prescription drug prices.
I know.
Single care, Dad.
Let's just go through and...
Are you talking about the single care?
There we go.
I was actually going to mention that you could save up to 80% with single care.
You knew about this?
I didn't want to interrupt. Felt like a West Wing moment.
Take 10 seconds to lower the cost of your prescriptions. A lot of folks ask me why their dishwasher doesn't get everything clean. I tell them, it may be your detergent. That's why more dishwasher brands recommend Cascade Platinum, with the soaking, scrubbing, and rinsing built right in.
I can't believe I'm almost done with this.
The first time. Cascade Platinum.
This is so cool.
Discover what's possible for summer at Lowe's.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Coolie coolies.
Treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out.
Now I can do the eyes.
I knew for years. Epclusa
Technically, when I do the eyes, I'm done.
cure rate. I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
I'm not going to make any more of the back
Epclusa
come out or anything, so.
once a day,
Except for maybe a bird or two up here
for 12 weeks.
in the sky.
Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or
Yeah,
kidney
there's a
problems,
bird in the
HIV,
sky.
other medical conditions, and all
Oh.
medicines you take, including herbal.
I'll show you the picture that I used real quick.
may cause a serious
Hi, Amanda Joe.
common side effects include headache and tiredness.
I'm making this for my Father's Day. It's our old cocker that passed away.
Is your kind of cure.
And if I can get my computer to turn on, I'll show you the picture that I'm basing it off of.
And in dark basements and attics, those lights are as dim as
What?
and since you can't see it all, you
Well, I said I'm almost done.
now there's beyond.
I'm not quitting.
Ultra-bright LED light that gives you 4 times the light to make your entire garage nice and bright.
That one.
Just remove your old bulb and replace it.
And as
with
you can
Beyond
see,
Bright.
if you notice her nose over here
That easy. And the
is
power
actually
goes
this
up
part of
so you
her.
can aim the
So
light
I'm just,
right where you
I'm
need it.
using
Perfect for the garage.
stuff
Brighten
off
up
of
your
it.
basement and give laundry areas and utility
So.
rooms plenty of light. Look, this garage
Yeah.
has regular light bulbs, and it's way too dark. But Beyond Bright is 4 times brighter. You
Yep,
can
yep.
clearly see the difference. The secret
Actually, I can do
is
this whole thing brown.
technology. The adjustable panels
Oof.
contain 96 ultra-bright LEDs that shine with
I'll be in here in a minute.
of pure white
I can
light.
heat supper up.
So whether you want to turn a dark closet into a bright closet or illuminate an entire garage, Beyond Bright gives you all the light you need. And if you're tired of climbing up into your dark attic and not being able to see, with Beyond Bright, you'll see everything.
The reason why I
clearly.
wanted it
Plus,
white
we
is
set to this
because
regular bulb, and it only reads at
it,
800 lumens. But with the awesome power of Beyond Bright, it registers an incredible 30.
It helps.
lumens. That's 4 times the light. Plus, the energy-efficient LED bulbs last a lifetime. Similar products can cost
Oh, greatly does. I hope you don't see.
$30. But act now and get Beyond Bright for just $29.99. Plus, you can double your offer. Just pay a separate fee. And every order today gets free.
It helps,
You can have all the lights you need
helps brighten it.
wherever you need it with Beyond Bright. Yes, you get 2 Beyond Bright lights plus free shipping for only $29.99.
To order, call 1-800-405-8018 or go online at beyondbright.com. Don't delay, call 1-800-405-8018.
I'm actually going to put a little pink in there
Order now.
and a little pink back here. Made her eye a little bit different.
Hot coffee.
Heard you coming.
Unused.
If you walk in here, you do not look at what I'm doing. You go that way.
I'm fast.
No, you can't.
He can sure sing those cows to sleep.
That boy isn't on guard. He was just here.
I will jump and I will sit on it.
Steve and Simmer.
So, but yeah. Off of there to there. Almost done, guys. You excited?
What is this?
My brown will go on a lot thicker. I'll just go over it 2 times. I didn't wait till my white dried.
Hans must be too, didn't he?
Petey, this keep
Like I said, I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently. She had very light brown eyes. Hans and Kyla have very dark brown eyes. I will. I'm almost done. I hate when they tell me to come eat. I'm almost done. Well, I'm almost done. It can wait. Well, good for everybody. I'm almost done. Now, stop telling me to come eat. Come eat when I'm damn good and ready.
I decided if all iron tells me I'm burning daylight one more time, I'm gonna let him have it. Yeah, what?
That's what I hate.
Yeah.
And then I don't have time to finish my stuff later.
I decided. Hey, come on, you guys. We ought to be going for the old man finds out. Yeah, come on.
You ever notice how pink Mr. Nightwing's palms are?
Yeah?
Kind of pretty.
Okay, that's just gonna scratch it off. That's what I hate. Just, it kind of does make it look like an eye, like dog's eye, but.
When did you take your first drink?
Well, that's two.
On the occasion of my first broken heart and my last. She was an older woman and wise, vastly experienced. She told me she couldn't stand the sight of me for another minute. Handed me a half-gallon jug of sour mash and fled. And you polished it? Every drop.
Yeah.
I've been drinking sour mash ever since. I was 17. She was almost 22. Her name was Osceola. Well, I think these kids are rushing. They're in a hurry to grow up. Well, they won't get it out of a bottle. They'll know that in the morning.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, down sick at once. Where's the pass of bad water? Well, there's a cellar. Come on, sir. Back. White.
There.
Good morning, gentlemen. Mr. Neilinger, I'd like some beans and cabbage for supper, with a big chunk of fat back and some red pepper sauce. And make some gravy out of the grease.
I'll be back.
Hurry it up. We're burning daylight.
Right, then. Hang out. Head back. Wide out.
There we go. Do 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 do.
Nothing but a small child. If you was a fish, boy, I'd throw you back. Hey, boys, looky here. Look what I found. Look around, meet the boys. Looks like he surprised us.
Do 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 do
You
do.
know better than to scream out now, don't you? Huh? What's the matter with you, son?
Almost done, guys. Almost done. Look at that.
You're wondering where I came from, ain't you? Huh? You know, we've been tracking you for days. What do you got to say to that? I can't hear you, son. I can't hear you, son.
I don't see nothing.
You're a quiet boy. If I had a prize, I'd give it to you, boy. I like quiet boys. You're a quiet boy. I'm gonna let you loose. But you point your ears now, son. Because you ain't moving back to Mr. Will Anderson with them eyes rolling back in your head, telling him that there's these real bad men that been following us day and night. You're not gonna say that. You think you're gonna raise a big commotion. Congratulated for it, and they're gonna pat you on the head and tell you what a good boy you've been. That's not gonna do you any good, son. You know why? Huh? Are you listening to me, Jeff? Boy, you know why? Because I'm gonna come to you some night when it's real dark. I'm gonna come to you.
Make this back half a little bit darker.
And I'm gonna come to you at night.
And that should be good.
Cut you a grin down here on your neck. It's gonna run clear across to there. Do I make myself clear, boy? Do I make myself clear, boy?
There we go. Just a little shade. A little shine. And now watch the magic happen. Watch the magic. I want to show you magic. Let that dry for a minute. Let's get up here. In the sky. Let's make some birds.
Most sleep aids help you fall asleep, but they can wear off in a few hours. Nitro releases melatonin in 2 stages. Powder to fall asleep
Make some birds. That's all we need.
to stay asleep longer, so you can look refreshed. Sleep the night.
Last little part. Last part.
Mornings were made for
No, we need
veterans
something
with
bigger.
rheumatoid arthritis. When considering the treatment, ask about Xeljanz, a pill for adults with moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis when methotrexate has not helped enough. Xeljanz can reduce pain, swelling, and further joint damage, even without methotrexate. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and blood tests. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, or are prone to infections.
All of them?
Sometimes fatal infections, cancers, including lymphoma, and blood clots have happened.
All the ones you wanted. Oh, you got all the pads up there you wanted.
Tears in the stomach or intestines and serious allergic reactions have happened. Don't let
1, 3, 4, 5. 5. 5. Yep. I even put ones by the cattails because that's where they were at. Alright guys, it's done and all I gotta do is sign it. So I'm gonna log off, sign it, find a place to sign it, and I'll talk to you later. Oh, except for the whiskers. Sorry. She had whiskers. She did have whiskers. She had whiskers. This dog actually had whiskers. She had some whiskers. She had whiskers. She had whiskers. See? See how?
An easy to breathe, thermal regulated fabric with smart technology to keep you comfortable and cool. And a lightweight fabric with UPF 30 face protection against harsh elements. And unlike disposable coverings, you can wash Guardwell face protector with soap to give you the clean face protection.
She had whiskers, whiskers,
Smart
whiskers.
technology fabric,
She didn't have a lot.
and stay dry wicking absorption. Copper Fit Guardwell is built to last, and it's copper infused into our soft stretch fabric to kill unwanted odor-causing bacteria. A stylish, easy to breathe, and sure fit garment. Built-in smart technology with UPF.
She did have.
Cool and comfortable in harsh environments. Washable and reusable, so you are never without protection. And copper infused to kill odor-causing bacteria. Copper Fit Guardwell is the
They're
most
not. Yep, she had whiskers up here.
and built to last face protector you will ever wear. Guaranteed or your money back. Copperfit Guardwell is in stock now for immediate delivery, but demand is very high and supplies are limited, so don't wait. We know these are difficult times, so we made special arrangements to send you
A couple of them.
copper-infused
A little bit
Guardwell
gray.
face protectors for a limited time for only $19.99. Order online now at getguardwell.com.
And over here, shit whiskers.
970-6834. That's 2 face protectors so you can wash one and wear one for only $19.99. But call or go online now. We're here for you, America. Don't settle for ordinary. Ask for the original by name. Copperfit Guardwell Face Protector.
I have big news. You can now brush and floss at the same time. Introducing Waterpik Sonic Fusion. Clinically proven twice as effective as regular brushing and flossing. Go online or ask your dental
sure.
professional about Waterpik Sonic Fusion.
Yeah, okay.
Knock, knock. Your Nutrisystem delivery is here. Get 50% off a month of meals and 50% off a month of shakes. With probiotics to help support your immunity.
Well, guys, it looks like it's good enough.
Shakes delivered free.
We're done. Done. Alright, now I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna sign it, and I'm gonna go. So, see you guys later. Thanks for joining me. Bye.